in two separate shootings within hours, one of them fatal. 37-year-old Karan Roby is accused of killing his pregnant girlfriend in front of her 4 children after an argument at her apartment at 33rd and Center on November 19th. 30-year-old Tynesha Crawford died on scene. Now, about 6 hours earlier, prosecutors say Roby shot a man he didn't know in the leg at a gas station near 73rd and Capitol. Surveillance video shows the shooting and the gunman then giving the victim a hug as he got to his feet. According to the criminal complaint, the victim said the shooter told him he was mad and had a bad day with his girlfriend and that he was sorry for shooting him.
You just took her away like nothing.
This is the story of Tynesha Crawford, a 30-year-old pregnant mother of 4 with a bright future ahead of her. Tynesha was in a relationship with Karan Roby, a man she trusted and cared for deeply. Tragically, her life was abruptly and violently ended by Karan after a heated argument in their apartment. On a fateful night, Tynesha was shot multiple times in front of her children, a horrifying act that has left her family and community in shock and grief. How could someone she loved and trusted commit such a heinous act and take the life of his girlfriend who was pregnant with twins? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Milwaukee, Wisconsin's largest city, known for its rich brewing history and vibrant cultural scene. It is a place where dreams are pursued and communities come together to support one another. However, even in the heart of Milwaukee, tragedy can strike, leaving a lasting impact on the lives of those affected. Tynesha Crawford was a 30-year-old woman with a life full of promise and love. Born on October 17, 1993, in Jackson, Mississippi, she had moved to Milwaukee, where she was building a life for herself and her family. She attended Madison East High School, where she was remembered as a bright and spirited student. Tynesha worked as a warehouse associate at Amazon.com, a job she took pride in for its stability and the opportunities it provided. She was a diligent worker, known for her reliability and strong work ethic. Tynesha was also a mother of 4 beautiful children: 13-year-old Mania Crawford, 9-year-old Lemia Adams, 5-year-old Jenny King Crawford, and 1-year-old Marcel Wilburn. Her children were the light of her life, and she dedicated herself to providing them with a loving and nurturing environment. Despite the challenges she faced, Tynesha's love for her children never wavered. She was their protector, their guide, and their greatest supporter. In addition to being a devoted mother, Tynesha was excitedly expecting twins. She shared her joy on social media with a post featuring her prenatal ultrasound, expressing her surprise and happiness at the news. She couldn't wait to meet her new babies and see the joy and chaos they would bring into their family. Those who knew Tynesha described her as a kind-hearted and joyful person. Her friends and family often spoke of her infectious smile and the warmth she brought to every room. She was a woman of strength and resilience, always finding ways to lift the spirits of those around her. Tynesha's generosity and compassion extended beyond her family. She was known to help friends and neighbors in need, often putting others before herself. Tynesha was in a relationship with 37-year-old Karan Roby. The couple had been together for a while, experiencing both happy and difficult moments. However, their relationship was troubled by frequent arguments. Tynesha was a mother of 4 and she was expecting twins, which added to the stress in her relationship with Karan. Tynesha's relationship with Karan was far from perfect. Despite the struggles, Tynesha was committed to her family and tried to maintain a semblance of normalcy for the sake of her children. But no one ever expected that her struggles to keep everything normal could lead to her worst nightmare. On November 18, 2023, a series of tragic events unfolded in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, leading to the death of a young mother and the injury of another man. The sequence of violence began on the night of November 18 and extended into the early morning hours of November 19. The suspect, Karan Roby, was at the center of these incidents. The first incident occurred around 8:30 p.m. on November 18 at a gas station near 73rd Street and Capitol Drive. Surveillance cameras captured the ominous scene as a 46-year-old man innocently exited the convenience store, only to be ambushed by a figure cloaked in darkness, Karan Roby. Karan, with a gun gripped tightly in his hand, swiftly approached his unsuspecting victim. Without warning, shots rang out, piercing the night air and striking the man in the leg. The victim staggered, collapsing near the gas pumps, the pain etched across his face, a stark contrast to the calm evening that had just been shattered. What followed was equally unsettling. As the wounded man lay helpless, Karan, with an unsettling calm, helped the victim to his feet, a haunting gesture filled with eerie intentions. At the time of the shooting, Tynesha was present and can be observed on video approaching the victim's vehicle. Witnesses remembered the gunman making a strange apology, mumbling about having a bad day and issues with a relationship before driving off into the night. He wore a noticeable black jacket with the name Scarface on it, carrying the burden of his actions. But the night was far from over. Around 2:15 a.m. on November 19, police responded to a domestic disturbance call at an apartment near the intersection of 33rd Street and Center Street. Upon arrival, officers found 30-year-old Tynesha Crawford with multiple gunshot wounds. Tynesha was pronounced dead at the scene. The apartment was the home Tynesha shared with her 4 children. According to reports, Tynesha was shocked and afraid after Karan shot the man at the gas station and said she would report it to the police. As the night went on, tension grew between them. Tynesha repeated her plan to call 911, but Karan, angry and scared of the consequences, refused to let her. Their argument turned violent. In a flash, shots rang out. Tynesha was fatally wounded, leaving her children without their mother. The children, mere witnesses to the unfolding tragedy, watched in horror as their mother fell victim to Karan's unchecked fury. The aftermath of these events led to a citywide manhunt for Karan, who was considered armed and dangerous. He was apprehended the following day at a hotel in Oak Creek.
12 News obtained the surveillance footage from Saturday night. A man seen walking out of the store when someone runs up behind him and opens fire. The victim left injured near the gas pump. A police search warrant says Tynesha Crawford was there when it happened and the suspect was her boyfriend. Hours later, investigators say the two were arguing when Crawford was shot 6 times.
And you just took her away like nothing.
Crawford's 13-year-old daughter, Manaya, and her 3 younger siblings were at the apartment when it happened. Manaya says she heard the arguing and shooting, then called 911.
They literally seen their mama laying on the floor, just laying there, taking her last breaths, hearing her trying to say something to us.
Manaya trying to stay strong for her siblings, losing their mother and the unborn twins the family says Crawford was carrying.
You just took my siblings' life, my own life. You just took their life for no reason.
Now Crawford's sister-in-law waits for justice and has a message for the killer.
That conscience will eat you alive while you're sitting there because you're stuck there. So you're gonna be slowly just dying in the inside. And that's what I want. I want you to suffer. You're gonna suffer.
Erica, police do have a person in custody.
Crawford Roby was arrested after police put out a public alert Sunday night saying that he was wanted in connection to 2 shootings. And this is the photo police shared with news outlets. Officers arrested Roby Monday, but online court records show he has not yet been charged.
Upon his arrest, Karan confessed to both shootings, admitting that he used the same firearm in both incidents. Authorities recovered a 9mm handgun from his hotel room, matching the weapon used in the crimes. Legal proceedings swiftly followed, with Karan facing charges including first-degree intentional homicide, possession of a firearm by a felon, and first-degree reckless injury. His initial court appearance had a cash bond at $500,000 as he awaited trial. The community responded with shock and grief, rallying around Tynesha's family to support them through this devastating loss. Fundraising efforts were launched to assist with funeral expenses and to provide ongoing support for Tynesha's 4 children, who were left without their mother and unborn siblings. The tragic incident has underscored the ongoing issue of domestic violence in Milwaukee, prompting discussions and calls for greater awareness and support for victims and their families. Tynesha's daughter's resilience shines through as she navigates life without her beloved mother and unborn siblings. Lemya, at a tender age, remembers the joyful moments spent with her mother and now grapples with the reality of her sudden absence. She spoke of playing with her siblings while acknowledging the sadness that lingers in their home. Her innocence and vulnerability echo the deep impact of losing a mother at such a young age. Destiny Glenn, Tynesha's sister-in-law, deeply affected by Tynesha's untimely death, has become a pillar of strength for the family. Destiny's support extends beyond emotional solidarity. She initiated a GoFundMe campaign to assist with funeral expenses and provide for Tynesha's children. Her determination to keep Tynesha's memory alive underscores the family's resolve to honor her legacy and seek closure amid their grief. Their voices serve as a poignant reminder of the devastating impact of domestic violence on families and communities. The tragic death of Tynesha Crawford at the hands of Crawford Roby in Milwaukee is a sad reminder of the devastating consequences of domestic violence. Her untimely death, especially in front of her children, highlights the urgent need for effective measures to prevent such incidents. The effect on Tynesha's family and loved ones is deep and lasting. The children who witnessed their mother's murder will carry emotional scars for a lifetime, while extended family and friends grapple with grief and loss. Healing from such a traumatic event involves not only mourning, but also advocating for justice and support for domestic violence victims to prevent similar tragedies in the future. My condolences to Tynesha's friends and family. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.